Well, an uplifting gathering with men who may be among the future priests of the Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown. Last Sunday, Bishop Mark celebrated Mass at the Cathedral of the Blessed Sacrament in Altoona, at which the guys introduced to us through our Called by Name campaign were invited to attend. After Mass, Bishop joined the young men for a lovely social. Now, it's important to note that the guys who gathered are still in various stages of discernment, but their presence and faithfulness certainly offer hope for the future. Mass on the third Sunday of Lent, celebrated by Bishop Mark at the Cathedral of the Blessed Sacrament in Altoona. Among those in attendance were some of the guys who were brought to the diocese's attention as part of the recent Called by Name campaign, in which parishioners were asked to provide the names of faithful young men who have the qualities of a future priest. During the Mass, they and the others in the pews heard the familiar story of the Samaritan woman at the well.
A woman of Samaria came to draw water. Jesus said to her, "Give me a drink." His disciples had gone into the town to buy food. The Samaritan woman said to him, "How can you, a Jew, ask me, a Samaritan woman, for a drink?"
Today's gospel reading is all about vocation. And the word vocation means calling. It's about the vocation of Jesus, who reached out to people who did not want to listen, and to people whose hearts were open. It's about the vocation of the people of that town who saw and heard Jesus, and they began to share his awesome message with others, their neighbors. Today's gospel story provides some key elements of discerning vocation, which is a gift to the church for the good of all God's people. I'm looking forward in a short while to spend some time this evening with the young men and women who are here to find out something more about your following Jesus and about bringing the message of Jesus to others.
After the Mass, the guys were invited for a meal lovingly prepared by Cathedral volunteers. Besides enjoying delicious food, it was an opportunity for the men to engage in good conversation with each other, the bishop, and the priests who were present. Both Bishop Mark and Diocesan Vocations recruiter Father Brian Norris shared a little bit about their own vocation path and the importance of truly discerning what God is calling them to do.
And I can only say I had good experiences in the seminary, met a lot of awesome people, and proud to be friends. In fact, some of my classmates who didn't continue in the seminary after college, I keep in touch with them. And I've had the opportunity to baptize their children. In some cases, they've even celebrated their wedding. So there's so many blessings that you can't even begin to count them all. But I just wanted to show you that, and give you a little bit of encouragement that way, in a practical way. And then we do have times when we can have recreation, we can have fun. And otherwise, I'm glad you're here. And please know already that people are praying for you for your vocation.
You said yes to this after getting a letter, which means that either this put the priesthood onto your heart, or it's been something that's been mulling there for a little bit. And what we're encouraging you to do is to continue to discern that, right? To keep taking steps, to think about this priesthood path. And if that's what God's calling you to, each step will help you to find clarity. And if that clarity leads you to be a married Catholic man in our diocese, that's great, right? That's a win, just as much as if you become a priest. But it's better to try it and to find out than to later in life look back and say, maybe God was calling me to be a priest, right? Why didn't I think about that? Because the priesthood is just such a beautiful vocation. You can ask the bishop and the other priests who are here the wonderful moments that we've had being able to serve God as a priest.
And here's a group photo of the guys with Bishop Mark. Joining them was the Very Reverend Alan Thomas, Vicar General of the Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown, and Father Brian Norris, who you heard from in the piece. Also present was the current diocesan seminarian Liam Klima, who was home for a quick break from the Pontifical College Josephinum in Columbus, Ohio. Please pray for Liam and all of these other young men discerning seminary and a priestly vocation.